Hi, my name is Tynan, and I'm going to be refuting the claim that when you're on campus using wireless internet, you're taking an unnecessary risk by using guest or any free public Wi-Fi. Now, the advocates' secondary claims were that guest wireless is different from catalog wireless, or the CPP wireless, that information leakage is a risk, and his third was that compromised accounts are also a risk, and his fourth was that encrypted authenticated wireless is offered for free. Now, the first secondary claim that I'll be refuting is that guest wireless is different from CPP wireless. Now, this is true, but the speaker claims that the person may spoof as a guest wireless. Now, he uses the term may as a hypothetical, and he doesn't give any specific cases on campus or anywhere else for that matter. He also provides no statistics, so there is no idea how often this happens or if it even happens on this campus or anywhere else for that matter. Again, he uses the word may to pose a hypothetical and also does not have instances of the matter. His second secondary claim is that information leakage is a risk. Now, when he states this claim, he fails to expand on this claim and skips all of the grounds and all of the warrants and continues on to his third claim without going in depth. There's also no evidence to explain why information leakage is a risk. Alright, the third secondary claim that I'll be expanding on is that compromised accounts are a risk. Now, here he cites only one citation from the entire speech from Forbes magazine. Now, he also doesn't state that this will happen only on a guest wireless or a free public Wi-Fi. This could mean that you can get hacked from any other wireless. So there's also a bunch of tutorials online. If you type up wireless hacking online, you can find hundreds of hacking websites that teach you exactly how, step by step, to hack a Wi-Fi network. Now, I know that there are many people that use Linux to hack Wi-Fi because it's one of the easiest ways to hack. There's also a statement from MediaKey which states that it's fairly easy to crack a WEP encrypted wireless network. And there's also another quote from WSD Mag that says hacking into a wireless 802.11 network is often easy. In fact, it's too easy. Now, the 802.11 network is also known as the WLAN network, and the CPP wireless is a WLAN network. That means that there are tutorials online that teach you specifically how you can hack into the CPP wireless. So, in fact, it's just as unsafe as using guest wireless. All right, the last secondary claim that I'll be refuting is that encrypted authenticated wireless is offered for free. Now, in this claim, he fails to show an argument and instead turns it into a claim of policy, saying that it's offered and not saying anything else that would argue the fact, that argue his main fact that you're using, or that you're using an unnecessary risk by using guest wireless. And yeah, so in conclusion, through my argument, when you're on campus using a guest wireless, you're using the same risk as any other wireless internet, and it's not significant because of the lack of information that he gives and the use of mostly hypothetical situations.
All right, the main issues laid out, you put out the secondary points, so we're going to be able to follow things pretty clearly. On your first point, you basically attempt to diminish the argument by suggesting that it's a hypothetical only, and that's okay. It would have been nice to have some evidence to suggest, for instance, that the greater risks occur someplace else to give us a little bit more context. The leakage issue is challenged by suggesting that there are no grounds or warrant. Okay. You remind us what the advocate said on that particular point, because your argument sounds just as conclusionary without any grounds and warrants on this point as well. The analysis on the third point suggests that hacking could occur. Actually, you've got this whole long discussion here, and I think in the end it turns out to be the strongest part of your argument, but it's not as clear as it should be, because the counterclaim that you're presenting is at the end of the argument instead of at the beginning of the argument. It'd be a lot clearer if you simply said, the truth of the matter is that all of these, including the CPC, are equally subject to hacking and these problems, and so the argument that one is less safe than the other is not accurate. Now, let me show you how the CPC, for instance, is vulnerable. You went through all this information about hacking and CPC and so on and so forth, and there's all this information, all these ways to do that, and then you give us the claim. And I just thought, it would be so much more effective if you did it the other way around. Start with the claim and then give the explanation on that particular point. On the last point, basically it just seems like you're repeating what the advocate said on that last point, and that I'm not sure that you make any inferences on it at all. I did think that your summary was a little bit sharper in explaining what your position was on those issues. Your energy level is a little bit low. You do okay talking to the audience, but again, I think you want to be a little bit more assertive about those claims and clear, this is the position I'm taking on these points, that it's pretty simple. It's all hypothetical. There's no demonstration of real risk. The alternative he suggests is equally subject to these particular problems, and the solution is not going to work any better here than it would anyplace else. And if you can state it a little bit more directly, I think you'll be more effective at communicating your position.